So I got the GASLAND portable shower hot water on demand system. It's an outdoor system. I put it through a bunch of different tests. I'm going to tell you about all the little features on it, even how much it fills, like how much water does it use, because if you're going to use this off-grid, you need to know on a low setting how much per gallon is it taking compared to on a high setting where you're getting like a really awesome flow to it. All right, let's get right into it. This is the GASLAND, and it comes with a shower spigot, the whole unit. It's definitely an outdoor because it vents out the top. You will have to get a propane source as well as a water source. So I plan to use this back on my off-grid system. So I am going to have to put a water pump to it. But right now I've just got a hose hooked up from my house, which would work great at a pool or backyard or something because it has constant pressure. Now what's cool about this is that it needs a battery to run the LED and the pilot, and it runs off of 2D batteries that are just shoved in here at the bottom. You can even open the compartment and they don't fall out. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to hook up the power source to it, which I really like. All right, let's get into the actual features. So this is the temperature, what temperature you want the water to be at. Of course, this is your temperature gauge. And then this is your water pressure. Do you want it low pressure or high pressure? Now, this is the one that's a little different from other ones, which I like, is that I'm in summer mode right now. That means that the water coming in is going to be a little bit warmer, so I don't need to use as much propane. Whereas you can switch it over to winter mode, so you're going to be putting in some cold water for winter, and it'll have to burn a little bit more propane. So a little bit more conservative in the summer, which is kind of cool that it has that feature, because we are going to keep this outside and not all winter, but pretty into the fall and into the early spring. All right, so the way it works is you go ahead and start it up, and you can hear, let me turn that off again. You can hear the pilot kick on only when water pressure is going through. So see if we can get this. So I'm not sure if that came through on my mic, but now the heating system is actually on. I've got it on very low, so it's only 70 degrees. Now I can turn it up. I'm gonna put about half power pressure, water pressure, and you'll start to see it's going up now, 77. Oh, it's getting perfectly warm right now. I like to keep it somewhere in the 90s. No, I don't like to go up to the hundreds. It gets way too hot. But this is 82 right here. Let's get up a little bit more and get it up there somewhere around the 90 mark. One thing to consider too is that if you slow it down, the temperature will go up because it's going slower through the system. So you will have to adjust this. If you're going super fast, you will have to adjust this to heat it up quicker, to push more gas and heat it up. So this is at the highest and at the highest temperature, and we're sitting there right at 90. So that's the basics on how all of this works. Now the cool thing I did was I took a gallon bucket here and used the stopwatch to fill up the bucket on absolutely low. On low, it did a gallon in 75 seconds. And then when I cranked it up to its highest speed at this right here, it filled up a gallon in 35 seconds, 36 seconds to be exact. So you can see there's a lot of different pressure flow, but honestly on the low, because of the way that this is built, it has a nice kind of misty in here and then harder spray on the outside. You could get a really good shower out of that, no problem. Temperature's a little too high and you can turn it down. But of course, if you're like cleaning the dog and washing the dog and trying to get some mud off them or whatever, you can crank it up and really give them a good blast if you need to.